My name is Maggie Bello, and I'm the elementary school principal at Two Rivers, as well as the chief academic officer. My history with this school is long. This is my seventh year at Two Rivers. I started in 2007 as a fifth grade teacher, then was the assistant principal for 2 years, and this is my fourth year as the principal. And I have two children that go here, a fourth grader and a third grader. My vision for our school and our students is pretty broad. We are a very mission driven school, and we absolutely, all of us, from the principal to the teacher to the front desk, believe that we want to nurture all of our students to become lifelong active participants in their own education, to develop a sense of self and community, and to become responsible and compassionate members of society. And the way that we realize that is that we really want to build our kids' cognitive skills as well as their social skills. I do believe that I am personally responsible for the academic growth of all of our students. I also believe that our families and our students and our staff are responsible as well. It takes all of us to grow children, and I think we can do it. When any child walks through our front doors, we all believe that we are responsible for growing them, no matter if they come to us with skills that are behind or skills that are ahead or skills that are right on level. We are committed to growing each child. My academic expectations of our students are broad. We do believe that we want to build the basic skills and knowledge of every child. However, it's much more than that. So we want every child to think as a mathematician. We want every child to act and think like a scientist or a historian, and also as an artist. So it's really we do build basic skills and knowledge, but we do it in service of something bigger, which is to be an expert thinker and a complex communicator. I believe that hard work increases student achievement. Our school has done a lot of work around Carol Dweck's work around growth mindset. And the research has shown that when you teach kids and adults, that with effort and hard work, you can grow in any area. And that is absolutely what our organization believes. And we teach our children that when you struggle and when you grapple through harder tasks, your brain actually grows. Throughout the year, we do keep track of our students and how they're doing academically in multiple ways. One of the ways is through standardized assessment data. So we give quarterly benchmark assessments that is aligned with the Common Core standards. Our teachers analyze that data, and it's really to look at their teaching to figure out what did kids master, what did kids not master, and how can I teach it in a different way. But we also define data very broadly at Two Rivers. So we mean assessment data, but we also mean student work. And so throughout the year, our teachers look at student work, and we have a looking at student work protocol where teachers come in collaborative groups and collectively analyze that student work to look at their thinking and how to make their thinking even deeper. Our school's behavioral expectations are very clear to our students, and so we frame them as scholarly habits, and we have four of them, and those are I can work hard, I care for my community, I'm a team player, and I'm responsible and independent. And so those are my behavioral expectations for our kids, and the expectation is that they truly internalize those and not just recite them back or say what they are, but actually to act those scholarly habits. At Two Rivers, we enforce rules through lots of preventative measures. And so the first and foremost is through giving rich, engaging, authentic learning experiences. We have seen through the research and through our experiences that the more kids are engaged and love what they're learning, the less behavior issues we have. And then obviously kids are kids and sometimes have misbehaviors. And when they do have misbehaviors, we see those as an opportunity to learn. And so we really see see it as not a time to punish kids, but really an opportunity to teach them new skills. So we also model the rules and really give kids opportunities to talk about the rules and how they can enforce them or encourage other kids to follow the rules. At Two Rivers, we do not reward good behavior through extrinsic motivation. And extrinsic motivation is when you have something external given to you because you've done something well. The research has shown that extrinsic motivation does not produce lifelong change, that intrinsic motivation does. And intrinsic motivation is the internal will and internal choice to have a good behavior or to learn something. And so when you walk the halls at Two Rivers, you won't see teachers giving stickers to kids because they've done something right. You won't see teachers giving food or candy or any kind of concrete reward. You will see teachers really talking to kids about the good job that they did and really instilling in them an intrinsic motivation for learning and for having great behaviors. At Two Rivers, we do see ourselves as responsible for the professional development of our staff. We believe that our students deserve rich and engaging learning experiences, and we believe that about ourselves and our staff as well. So we take our professional development very seriously. It's very rigorous and has often been called things like Two Rivers University. But we have a regular process that we engage our staff in called our data analysis strategy loop. And that is where we're focused collectively on an instructional strategy. And the teachers bring data related to that instructional strategy, and data broadly defined. It's typically student work that makes their thinking visible. And then in collective teams, the teachers go through a protocol where they analyze that student work and then create action plans on how to help each one of the students move to a deeper level. When we have a teacher vacancy, we have a very rigorous interview process. So because we have an excellent reputation, we have a lot of candidates for our open positions. So our process is that we start with a phone interview with me or with our executive director, and then we bring in candidates for an in-person interview with a panel. After that, if they've made it past that level, they come in for a model lesson, where lots of us go observe that person giving the model lesson. And then after that, they would meet with a panel of teachers. And so it's a very long process, very rigorous. We take hiring very seriously. And one of my gauges is if a candidate is not good enough to teach my own children, then they are not good enough to teach at Two Rivers. And that bar is pretty high. I evaluate our teachers in a non-traditional way. So I meet with each lead teacher 4 times a year, and we sit down collaboratively to create goals for how to improve their practice. And we articulate what data they're going to bring to show me and to prove that they're meeting those goals. And then we also articulate what resources and support they need to help work on those goals. Throughout the year, I am in classrooms often. So I go in to have fun, but also to see the life of the classroom. And that helps me give feedback to the teacher on how to do things better. I also meet with teams. Our administrative staff meets with teams once a week for an hour and a half, where we then put on our teacher hat and help collaboratively plan units so that when we go into classrooms, there's no catching up for us. We know what's going on because we help plan it, and it makes it easier for us to give feedback. At Two Rivers, we engage parents on many different levels. We're a parent-founded school, and so our parent community is very important to us. A couple of different values that we have is one, that anytime we ask families to come to school, we want it to be centered around learning. So for example, our Showcase of Student Learning happens twice a year, where our parents and families come see our kids at the end of their expeditions, share their learning and their products. We also have multiple family conferences throughout the year, as well as our Parent School Association, or our PSA, that is completely run by parents and is really a good opportunity for the families and the school to work in conjunction with each other to make the school even better. I'm available to talk to families just about any time. I have an open door policy for anybody. One of my biggest jobs is making sure I'm communicating with families and staff. And so I am at the front door every morning, and that's often a good time for families to stop informally and chat with me. I'm also available to have scheduled formal meetings, and I often attend family conferences as well.